Hi guys, this is Tangy Divine with Divine Ancestral Conduits. Today we are doing our Talking Drum Ancestral spread. We're gonna call these evening spreads. When I do the evening ones, we're gonna call them Turkey Neck Sundays. Cause I started getting turkey neck plates or whatever on Sundays, and I started getting messages from my ancestors that they liked them. So, evening's gonna be turkey neck Sundays, and then we have grits and eggs Sundays when we do them in the morning. So whenever I catch them at dawn, then it'll be grits and eggs or something breakfast related. Somebody said grits and eggs, but I'm gonna see if that's what we go with. You know, the ancestors, my ancestors, I let them be the final tell or whatever. So, but definitely evenings, they said they want them turkey neck Sundays. So we got our turkey neck Sunday reading. So let's go ahead and get started. God, higher source of light, higher self, angels, ancestors, spirit guides. Turn that down a little bit. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides and goddesses of the bloodline, I ask that you please grant me clear and concise messages for this talking drum ancestral spread, for the collective, so we can get clear and concise messages. I ask that you please blind and banish any and all evil eyes, evil entities, evil spirits, and evil energies. And I ask that you please restrict or remove any and all monitoring eyes, monitoring entities, energies, and spirits. God, I ask that you please grant me clear and concise messages, protect the space, protect the collective, and protect myself, the reader, and protect the messages. Please make sure it's messages that the collective needs to know. Please remove any tension from the decks. Any tensions or any messages that are being projected towards the deck to confuse the collective. And of course, anything you need to go ahead and repeat, make sure you repeat it so your girl can make sure she gets the messages. Alright? So let's get started. Grand Rising Ancestor, who are you, great ancestor? Alright. And then we have, what do you need from the collective, great ancestor? What ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? Where is the collective blocked? Oh, we got two for that one. A-Town Girl by Usher and Lotto. Maybe you from the A. How can the collective evolve? I saw that one, but y'all know I'm gonna turn it over. And last but not least, what do you most want the collective to know, great ancestor? And Rip Van Winkle fella hella asleep. Queen 90 with intuition is doing the highlight of the energy for the read. So the main highlight for this energy is gonna be your intuition, right? All right, y'all, let's get started. I'm excited to see what come out for this Turkey Neck Sunday. This is going to be our first Turkey Neck Sunday. Oh. Okay, Grand Rising, Great Ancestor, who are you? We have I set with surrender. All right, so right off the bat, there's something that you're going to need to surrender to. Maybe this is something that your ancestors are trying to bring in for you that maybe they need you to surrender so they can bring something in for you. Maybe there's something that you're fighting against that they need you to surrender to. So we're going to get more information. Surrender with 44, which would technically be an 8, but I think we don't break the 44s down. But, oh, excuse me. What do you need from the collective, great ancestor? We have resistance. Huh. I was just talking about maybe you're resisting something. Maybe you're resisting the surrender. With 22, which is half of 44, we definitely don't break this number down, right? Oh, I like that little glisten that they had on there. I'm mad that I moved it. Alright. By Gang Gang Sarah, resistance. That's what they need from you. Alright, so maybe they need you to surrender to this resistance that they need you to complete. Like maybe with all the things that's going on in the world today, maybe they need you to be a part of the resistance. Maybe there's some gifts that you're supposed to bring to the table or some actions that you're supposed to complete that it's supposed to aid in the resistance is kind of what I'm getting. Also, if you guys are out in this weather, make sure you're staying warm and staying cold. I hope that you guys be safe out here in this weather that's impacting the nation. If you're in the U.S., if you're not, what's up, y'all? Be safe wherever you are. But if you're in the United States, please make sure you're being safe and warm. Okay. All right. So, what ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? We have Nagami with desire. All right. So maybe they need you to resist this desire. Maybe there's something, maybe you're tapped too much into your desire, is kind of what I'm getting. You could also not be tapped into desire enough, but of course, the more we go through the talking drum, the more we will be able to see exactly what they're, or get a better idea of what they're referring to. But with Nagami with desire, in the ancestral patterns that you need to be aware of position, there is a great possibility that you're delving a little bit too much into your desire, which is why they need you to surrender to the resistance of desire. It could be some type of situation or someone that's around you or something that's around you that can ultimately result in your demise if you don't resist, if you don't surrender to resisting the desires that are coming in for you. Okay, let's see. Where's the collective block? We have two. We have fearless love and we have celestial alignment, right? Fearless love and celestial alignment. All right. So what I'm getting with this is kind of doubling down on that desire aspect for me. I'm going to be completely honest with you. What I'm kind of getting with this is that you guys are tapping in a little bit too much into your desires, and it's causing you to forego the love that you have for yourself, because this is fearless self love, right? It's kind of causing you to forego that the love that you have for yourself, and it's causing you to be misaligned, right? They need you to be aligned for what they have. Not only what they have for you, but the things, the tasks that they have set for you, the contract that you have in this life for things that they need you to accomplish. They need to make sure that you are essentially tapped in, is what I'm getting. And if you're delving a little bit too much into your desires, and your, especially if it's in your sacral chakra, then basically what's happening is you're not giving yourself the chance to use the powers that be. A lot of like your manifestation powers or your creative powers are kind of stored within your sacral chakra. So if you're tapping too much into your desire, then essentially you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're not allowing yourself to build up on that power and to use the power correctly. It's essentially like a misuse of power if you're tapping too much into your desires. All right. How can the collective evolve? We have pleasure. All right. Also, fearless love with Oshun is 25, and celestial alignment with, I always mess up her name, Ikozana. She's 41. So that is 7 and 5. Right here we have 11 to meet with pleasure. In the position of how can you evolve. So again, like I said, with desire, either you're tapped too much into your desire, and so that's the position, the ancestral pattern you need to be aware of, or you're not tapped into your desire enough, and essentially that is the ancestral evolution that they're calling in for you. Let's see. What do you most want the collective to know? We have seven sisters with creativity. All right. So what I'm getting with this is, because I mentioned that your sacral chakra stores that power, that energy that one would use for creativity. What I'm kind of getting with this is you're tapping too much into that sacral energy. Whether you're, you know, aster aiding or actually having actual encounters, um, what I'm honestly getting, for some of you, you're not doing enough of that. And if you're not doing enough of seeking pleasure, and you don't have to seek pleasure in actual ways, right? You can seek pleasure just by tapping into your creativity, and essentially that's what they want you to do. They want you to tap so far into your creativity that you gain pleasure, you gain desire from doing the things, and essentially when you tap into that creative energy, instead of having those actual encounters and using those actual encounters for desire, you use your creativity and that spark for desire and for pleasure. Not only will you be creating, but you'll also be living in your truth, and you'll be living within the contract that you have been brought here, the different tasks and things that they have for you. Okay. So that's essentially what I'm getting. Like I said, for some of you, you're not having enough desire, so they're calling in for you to become, to distribute more, to exhibit, not distribute, to exhibit more fearless love. And the difference between exhibiting more fearless love and distributing it is, if you're distributing it, you're giving it away. You're having all these actual encounters. But if you are exhibiting it, you might do a little bit of self pleasure but essentially you're not abusing the power, you're still using it for yourself. Just make sure, even if you're doing self pleasure, that you're saying your affirmations, that you're manifesting for yourself, because actual power is like one of the greater powers that could kind of like bring things into fruition, to actually manifest things and help things move. I'm not remiss to the fact that the first one that came out is 44, then we have 22 for who are you and what they need from you, but also when we're talking about how can you evolve, we have 11 here, right? um Nami with desire is number 8, and seven sisters with creativity is number 12, which is 3. All right. New by Ty Tribbett is on. Yeah, so essentially they want to bring in this new energy. This is why they need you to surrender. But like I said, for some of you, they need you to surrender to less actual encounters, and for some of you, they need you to surrender to using that actual energy in order to manifest and be more creative, right? You're gonna have to determine which one best fits for what you're going through. You'll know if you're having too many actual encounters, and if you don't know if you're having too many of them, try lessening them. Try not having them at all. Try, if you're going to do anything, let it be a self pleasure type thing, and see what happens. And make sure, even whether you're doing so, if you're on the side where you're trying to get less actual encounters and you're doing the self pleasure thing, like I said, use that energy to manifest what you're trying to bring in. They need you to tap in. Well, these readings are all about how they want you to tap in, but some of you, they need you to tap more into pleasure, and some of you, they need to tap a little bit less into pleasure. Okay. And there is such a thing, like, even if you're self pleasuring, some of you are self pleasuring too much. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not one to tell you what to do. Some people believe that when you're creating or when you're manifesting, you should not be self pleasuring. You should be using that energy solely for the purpose of what you're trying to create. Some of you feel like it's, some believe that it's okay. I'm not here to tell you one way or the other. Your belief is your belief. I'm just telling you what the ancestors are coming out. I mean, what the ancestors are bringing out. They need you to become aligned and to tap more into self love. And for some of you, that means you need to self pleasure more and have actual encounters with others less. And for some of you, that means that you need to stop actual encounters with yourself and others and use that energy instead for your creative pursuits, is what I'm getting. Okay. Um. So let us go ahead and tap into the reads. Okay. So for Grand Rising, Great Ancestor, who are you? We have I set with surrender. So let's see, number 44. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Goddess Aset is revered as a magical healer and sorceress. She of 10,000 names. You must know her as Isis, her Greek name, or Aset, Aset, or Waset. Aset was worshipped in ancient Nubia, the Sudan region, Egypt, and beyond. Let it all go. Say aloud now, I surrender. These words cast a spell, breathe them in. Release control. Stop bonding around struggle. Hand the keys to the divine. Allow spirit to carry you and fill in the gaps. You don't have to figure it all out. God or goddess has your back. Have faith in where you are at this moment. Everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time is the goddess direct declaration. Again, I'm going to repeat that. The goddess declaration for I said surrender is everything I need to know finds me at the perfect time. All right. What do you need from the collective, great ancestor? We have Gang Gang Sarah with resistance, number 22. Sorry, guys. Okay. Shadow Goddess Gang Gang Sarah, the Witch of Golden Lane, blew into Tobago on a determined breeze from West Africa to emancipate her family. Gang Gang Sarah's shadow guidance. You are scared that you are going to mess it all up. You may have stumbled, but this is a new day. Learn to show up for yourself, and that's where you tap into that fearless self-love. You may have to tap out of, and maybe you guys are feeling like you're having too many actual encounters, and if you feel like that, then this reading is confirmation that you need to tap out of that energy. Learn to show up for yourself. You ghost your own dreams and resist your own magic. Stop holding back, worrying, and pretending to seek perfection that will never come. When it comes to you stepping into your greatness, resistance keep you stuck. keeps you stuck. Resistance blocks growth, creativity, and evolution. Resistance may look like procrastination, laziness, disorganization, excuses, or lack of motivation. But there are deeper forces at play. You are resisting the force you really are. Goddess declaration, this is me, I show up. She don't want my love. I guess I gotta move on. See, so essentially, what I'm getting with this Diddy and Bryson Tiller, if I'm not mistaken, all of them. Um, oh, this is a female one. Yes. So okay, basically, gotta move on with the Queen's mix is essentially the women dismissing the men. So okay, so that's confirmation. I feel like so they're calling you guys to have less of these actual encounters, and this is not judgment, guys, but they are calling you guys to have less of these actual encounters because they need you to revitalize and regroup your sacral chakra energy, your root chakra energy. They need you to transform that energy and use that energy for your manifestations, is what I'm getting, because they need you to tap into this creativity, and it's confirmed with they need you to show up for yourself more, and they want you the best way for you to do that, it seems at this moment, is to kind of start by not having so many of these actual encounters, guys. That's what I'm getting. One moment. And yeah, and Diddy saying, get in your bag, stay in your bag. So that's what your ancestors are saying. So yeah, they need you to have less of these actual encounters. They need you to show up for yourself. All right. For what ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? We have desire. Nagami is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Oh, and Ashanti is on this song, y'all. The song just went off after I said Ashanti name. Ashanti is literally on this song. So I feel like that's extra confirmation. They need you guys to tap less into whatever actual encounters you're having, whether you're having them with men or women. And they need you to tap more into your Roaches in My Ashtray by Snoop Dogg and Pro Hozak, whoever that is. But anyway, um maybe you need to smoke a little bit more. Maybe that'll help you. But Roaches in My Ashtray is a song. Essentially, Snoop is saying he tired of people like trying to get close to him and then stealing his roaches. But what I'm getting with that is there are people who are coming in like roaches and they're stealing your energy. And of course, when he says stealing his roaches, he's talking about his Mary Jane roaches. But what I'm getting is these people, they're actually roaches, like critters, like monitoring spirits, like people who are sent to like suck your energy, and they're stealing your roaches, they're stealing your energy. So yeah, they want you to stop these actual encounters. Um, but with Nagami, in the energy of what ancestral patterns does the collective need to be aware of? We have Nagami with desire. Ngame is the triple moon goddess of the Ashanti. Every new day, this mother goddess rebirths the sun, shooting life into us with her moon bow. Her lunar rays illuminate souls. Dream bigger. Puny desires constrict you. Your desires create your life, so allow them to flow boldly. What do you really desire? Get specific. See it, smell it, feel it. Call it in now. What you desire desires you. Does your desire flow from love or fear? Manifestations that come from fear based desires keep you safe and small. Desires that come from your soul expand your world. Goddess declaration: what I desire desires me. And they're not talking about physical desires, they're talking about spiritual desires. They're talking about creative desires. So they want you to tap out of these desires as it pertains to your carnal desires, and they need you to tap more into your spiritual desires, your creative desires, is what I'm hearing. All right, so for where is the collective blocked, we have Oshun with Fearless Love, number 25, and Inkosazana with Celestial Alignment, number 41. So let's go to number 25. Oshun. Goddess Oshun is the exalted Orisha deity of honey sweet waters, love, sensuality, fertility, and beauty. But the Yoruba Lady of Gold's anger and jealousy can also flood and destroy. Dare to love. Begin with loving yourself. Allow yourself to be loved. You feel everything deeply. You are porous with a wall around your heart. This is your paradox. You are love and you are worth loving. Your divine assignment is to remain open to fearless love, not in the form of actual desires, is what I just heard. So even if you're dating someone, try like having a thing where you guys kind of bond over other things other than the actual encounters and see what happens. All right. You deserve to be loved in your language. You are worthy of a love that remembers your beauty at your ugliest moments. Don't allow your unhealed past to block your future. Real love is a sacred contract that says, I am vulnerable and committed. Your heart is safe with me. Let's expand our consciousness together. Goddess declaration, I give love, I receive love, I am love. And once you start loving yourself more, you'll be tapping more into your celestial alignment, and then you'll be able to tap more into your creativity because you'll be balancing your root and your sacral chakras, is what I'm hearing. Inkosazana, goddess of celestial alignment. Inkos, in, Inkosazana, I need to figure out how to pronounce that, is the healer of healers and the teacher of teachers whose love for humanity makes the corn grow. She dwells in foamy waters but is known as the heavenly princess. As above, so below is celestial alignment. Your natural path is to be in alignment with your own divinity. No one can take from you what they didn't give you. How do you want to feel? You think often about what you want, but goddess energy speaks to us in feelings. Celestial alignment is being in sync with the energetic feeling, the frequency of the sacred. Everything that you desire is in that frequency. Match it with your feelings. That is the energy of God, goddess. Goddess declaration, I am always being guided in the right direction. Yeah, guys, what I'm getting with that is so within you exploring your carnal desires, it's caused you to put yourself in situations in which you didn't exhibit the best case of self-love, right? And you were accepting things that didn't really align with you for the sake of pleasure, for the sake of your carnal desires. And you're being called to turn those desires in on yourself and see what do you really want, but also to have less of those carnal desires to help you figure out what other desires you want, such as it relates to creativity and things like that, okay? For how can the collective evolve, we have to meet with pleasure, number 11. All the reads went by kind of fast today. We had 22 minutes right now, but we almost done. Tanit was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure-filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name. Table dancing parties. That don't mean people getting down and dirty. They just, you this kind of actually taps into a read that I had earlier where the energy was that you need to go and dance a little bit to kind of reactivate your root chakra. So yeah, less of the actual encounters, more of just going out and rebalancing yourself is what I'm getting. You are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. Goddess declaration, it feels good to feel good. What I just heard while I was reading that is your challenge is finding desire and finding pleasure in the non-actual encounters. What other things in life bring you desire, bring you pleasure? That's what I just heard, literally. Which is why pleasure is coming in, and how can you evolve? How can you evolve past just the physical pleasure, right? And what does the great ancestor most want the collective to know? And we have creativity with the seven sisters. Number 12. And then we went from 11 to 12. So when you find those pleasures outside of those carnal desires, outside from those physical desires and the face value desires and pleasures, then you'll be ascending into your creative aspects. And that's why they want you to go ahead and find other things other than those carnal desires that bring you happiness and joy. Goddesses of creativity. The Seven Sisters were a mystical New Orleans family of identical master psychics and conjure women who never aged. But were they? Were the Seven Sisters one shape shifting woman or seven? Time will never tell. Create, create, create. You come from conjurers and creators. Y'all, this song just came out. I'm going to tell y'all what it is. Hold up. Your blood remembers. Use your gifts to multiply your magic. You are a cosmic creatrix and creative force. You are a divine nation with one person. How creative do you allow yourself to be? Your creativity has been blocked because you have been spending too much of your energy on sacral matters, is what I heard. Break out of your comfort zone and into your creative fertility. You have the power that creates planets, so yes, you are creative. No one else's opinion matters here. Let your inner child play to awaken your creativity. Creating is birthing, is manifesting. Goddess declaration, I am a creative visionary, and the song that's playing is Money by Lakey 47. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but I have a few songs by her. And it's funny that this came up. Basically, she's talking about she's manifesting money. She got money and all this, and she's very creative. And for that to come up while Seven Sisters is here, they want you to be tapped so much into your creativity that your money and your wealth and your abundance comes in sevenfold, but you're going to have to let go of some of this sacred energy and turn it in on yourself. Like I said, you may have to do some self exploration that might help. Before, what I get it really for most of you guys is some of y'all are doing it too much with other people, and they don't want you to abuse yourself either. Like, they don't want to tell you, they're not telling you, okay, yeah, you're abusing this with other people, and then you turn around and abuse yourself. They don't want you to do that. It's okay for you to self explore and self pleasure, but they want you to know that too much desire, too much pleasure has been your downfall so far. It has been blocking you because the pleasures have not been directed correctly. That's what I'm getting with that. One moment. All my life, I had to grind and hustle. I had to work like Kobe just to shine like Russell. They said, damn, you changed happened overnight. No, they glad you made it happen overnight. They said, damn, you changed. I'm like, show you right. I got money. Ooh. So they got some abundance that they're bringing in for you, but they need you to be in the right mindset. And I feel like that's been coming out a lot lately. But where is? Oh. Let's get some keys to close out this talking drum spread. This been quick, y'all. We had 27 minutes and we already closing the drum out. I mean, I feel like that was pretty straightforward. Like I said, some of you have been in an energy where you are having too many actual encounters and it's cutting your actual creative energy, and they need you to stop that. Some of you have been not exploring enough, but they don't want you to go out and just be exploring with no anybody. If you have someone that you can safely manifest with, in the like tapping into that sexual energy, I mean that actual energy, and using it for manifestation purposes, only if you trust the person. And you can't trust everybody with that. Even if it's somebody that you have been having actual encounters with for a while, you cannot trust everybody with manifesting with your sacral energy. So be careful with that. If you're not sure if you can trust that person with that, don't do it and just save it for yourself. So that way you're not, because you don't want to mess up and use that sacral energy, because they're already telling you they need you to use it for your creativity. You don't want to mess up and think you can trust this person using that sacral energy manifest, and they're using your energy to manifest for themselves and blocking you out of it, because then you're going to wind up in the Five of Pentacles. Alright, can I get some keys to close out this talking drum ancestral spread? We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Sun. And y'all know I typically only do two keys. It came in quick. The Eight of Pentacles and the Sun. So yeah, once you decide to work on this desire, this pleasure principle, and actually using this energy for yourself, once you are able to do that with the Two of Swords at the bottom, right now you're trying to figure out the best ways to do that, because whether you were trying to figure it out before you heard this reading, or you're trying to figure it out now after hearing this reading, but they need you to work on that, because once you start working on that, it's going to put you in that sun energy, right? It's going to reveal, it's going to be revealed to you exactly what they need you to do as far as your creatives and things like that, so that they can bring in the wealth and abundance that they have for you, the prosperity. But you'll be teaching certain things, so they need you to kind of balance yourself out, is what I heard. Two of Swords, Page of Wands, Three of Swords. Yeah, you run the risk of somebody using your energy for their development. And so this is a call to action for you to put yourself at hangman and move on to calmer waters and have strength to kind of like get over having, yep, because then it goes to the Ace of the Cups in the world. Big changes for you if you can go ahead and do this. Big changes for you if you can make the right decision, whichever way the wind blows for you. They need you to make the right decision so that you can do this work, and so they can bring these great things in for you. That's what I'm getting. All right. And the divination of the ancients. Let's get to close out this talking drum. This is quick. Yeah, guys, work on healing yourself. This self-love and this celestial alignment, because it's been too much desire and too much pleasure, and it's been distracting you, is what I'm getting. It's been distracting you from your creative pursuits, from your contractual pursuits, the things that God, your ancestors, angels need you to go ahead and tap into. So, because you're sent here to heal the world, so don't be using your healing power on people who don't deserve it. I'm about to say who don't matter, but they say who don't deserve it. So, if you share your actual powers with somebody who don't deserve it, stop it now. All right. Confirmation and precision. I'm right on the money. Shooting star and numerology. Shooting star with confirmation, and numerology with precision. I'm right on the money. Oh, I didn't even realize that. And numerology is numbers, which is money. I'm right on the money. So one of y'all is using y'all too much of y'all actual energy for somebody who is abusing it and using it to manifest off y'all shit. So stop it. Crystals and healing and numerology with precision. I'm right on the money. You need to heal. Alright, God, higher source of light, higher self, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, grant me 2 divination of the oracles to close out this talking drum ancestral spread. 32 minutes. I'm so proud, y'all. All them readings been going fast today. Can I get 2 cards to close out? 2 keys to close? Ooh. Alright. We have I Ching with change. It was this one. Hold up. Wheel of Fate is at the bottom. I mean, Wheel of Fate. Oh, Wheel of Fortune with Fate is at the bottom of the deck. What's under here? Crystal Ball with clarity. Your fate. So when you tap less into this desire and this pleasurable energy, or tap more into it, like I said, you guys are gonna have to assess which one it is for you. Even if you are a part of the group that has to tap more into it, do not abuse it, because you run the risk of winding up at the bottom of the wheel. However, whichever way you go, it's up to you to assess which way, because this is a collective and it's not a personal, right? But your fate is clear. Your fate becomes more clear the more you, and both of those are circles. You become more well-rounded. Your fate becomes clear. All right, but what's the card that flipped over? Lots with chance. So we have I Ching with chains and lots with chance. Let's see. Y'all, they back to back in the book, just like pleasure and creativity. Yeah. So when you make this change, you're gonna be casting your lots, and you're gonna have a better chance at getting these things accomplished. they go in succession. Literally, one came out and then the other came out. Just like pleasure to creativity in the book is I Ching Chance to Lot's Chance. One moment.